Once upon a time, in a town nestled between rolling hills and a sparkling lake, lived a young woman named Ilara. Ilara had a heart full of kindness and a spirit as bright as the sun, but there was a shadow in her life. Her temper, she wasn't aware of it, seeing it as a mere sign of passion. Yet her quick anger often hurt those around her. One day she found herself in a queue to buy tickets for a community play. Excitedly, she discussed the anticipation with the woman ahead of her. However, when the woman in front slowly rummed family photo album, blocking their view of the stage, Lara grew irritated. She tapped the woman's shoulder impatiently, but the older lady continued talking animatedly, oblivious to Lara's mounting frustration. Finally, unable to contain herself, Lara blurted out, "Can't you see I want to watch?" her voice sharp with annoyance. The woman looked up, startled by Lara's outburst. Realizing her mistake, Lara immediately apologized. "I'm sorry, I didn't mean to be rude. I just wanted to see." The older woman responded with a serene smile, sensing Lara's genuine remorse. "It's all right, child. Sometimes we get carried away with our own thoughts. But remember, true strength lies not in how forcefully you express yourself, but in how calmly you control your emotions." Intrigued, Lyra asked, "What do you mean?" The woman turned towards her with eyes filled with gentle wisdom. "Have you heard of the quiet power of a smile?" she began. "A single gentle smile can do what 100 arguments cannot. True strength is not in loud words, but in calm hearts that refuse to be shaken." Securing a seat, the woman settled down, ready to share her insights further. This moment marked the beginning of a transformative journey for Lyra, one that would lead her to discover the true meaning of inner strength and the profound impact of a quiet smile. The woman's wisdom in a hushed voice, the woman began her tale, setting the scene with the precision of a painter selecting colors for a masterpiece. She spoke of a bustling city where traffic horns played a relentless symphony and the ticking clocks of tall buildings reverberated a constant rhythm of haste. Amidst this urban orchestra, there lived a man. His days were an echo of the city's frenetic pace, blending into a monotonous hum of activity. He chased deadlines, attended meetings, and returned home with weary steps, his heart mirroring the city's frantic beat. Weekdays turned into weeks, then months, and the man's life became a blurred montage of sameness. Each day dawned with the city's insistent clamor, each evening closed with its fading echoes. Yet amidst this urban cacophony, there existed a sanctuary, a small tea stall tucked away at a corner of the local train station. This unassuming spot offered not just a beverage, but a respite from the city's relentless din. It was here that the man found solace, a stolen moment of tranquility in the midst of his chaotic existence. The man finds solace every morning before boarding his train. He would stop at the tea stall, drawn by the promise of a steaming cup and a moment's peace. The stall itself was a study in contrasts, a humble abode amidst an opulent city. A weathered steel container sat patiently, a testament to countless cups of tea brewed within its depths. Beside it, an old kettle whistled merrily, its rhythmic song a soothing melody in the grand orchestra of the city. Behind this simple setup stood the tea seller, an epitome of serenity in the midst of controlled chaos. His soft eyes twinkled with an inner light, reflecting a calmness that seemed at odds with the bustling world outside. As the man approached, the tea seller's gaze would brighten, a warm smile gracing his lips. "Less sugar, right?" he would ask, his voice a soothing balm to the man's frayed nerves. And each morning the man would simply nod, unable to articulate the depth of gratitude he felt for this stolen moment of peace. The shadow of anger then one morning, the city's clamor invaded the man's sanctuary, too. A harsh phone call from an irate client had left him shaken, his usual calm replaced by a storm of anger and tension. Unknowingly, he made his way to the tea stall, his mind still a battlefield of emotions. He grabbed the proffered cup mechanically, oblivious to the world around him. The familiar question hung in the air, "Less sugar, right?" And in that moment, something snapped. The man's composure crumbled, giving way to a torrent of suppressed frustration. "How can you be so calm?" he blurted out, his voice echoing the city's angry undertones. "Don't you know how hard it is to be patient when everything goes wrong?" The tea seller's calm remained unbroken. He tilted his head slightly, as if studying the troubled man before him, then spoke softly. "Being calm is not about ignoring life's difficulties, it's about finding peace within oneself, regardless of the external chaos." The man's awakening deep within the man stirred, a spark of recognition igniting in his stormy sea of emotions. The weight of his words hit him, forcing him to confront the turmoil he had been ignoring. In that charged atmosphere, he realized the folly of his outburst. The quiet strength of the tea seller served as a stark reminder of his own internal struggle. Shame washed over him, causing him to stumble in his apology. "I'm sorry," he whispered, realizing the inappropriateness of his anger in that tranquil space. "You're right," the tea seller replied, his voice devoid of judgment. "Sometimes we bring our external battles within. But remember, true strength lies not in venting anger, but in seeking understanding." These words resonated with a truth the man had long forgotten. He had mistaken outward calm for weakness, failing to recognize the strength it truly represented. The tea seller's quiet resilience had become a mirror, reflecting the turbulent emotions the man had been suppressing. Embracing forgiveness with newfound clarity, the man embarked on a journey of self-discovery, driven by the desire to understand the depths of the tea seller's wisdom. Days turned into weeks, and the man became a regular at the tea stall, not just for the comforting beverage, but for the solace he found in the company of the calm tea seller. He began to notice the subtle nuances of the tea seller's character, the gentle way he treated his customers, the patience with which he endured the city's chaos, and the quiet dignity with which he faced life's challenges. Each interaction chipped away at the man's hardened exterior, revealing a softer, more compassionate version of himself. He realized that the true strength the tea seller had spoken of was not the absence of emotions, but the ability to manage them effectively. It was the power to choose forgiveness over resentment, patience over irritability, and understanding over judgment. Inspired by the tea seller's example, the man began to apply these principles to his own life. He started taking a few deep breaths before responding in anger, seeking to understand the perspectives of those around him. He treated his colleagues with kindness, his family with love, and each day became a step closer to inner peace. The quiet power of a smile. The man's transformation was not immediate. There were days when anger threatened to consume him, when impatience flared up, and when irritability crept in. But he persevered, holding on to the wisdom of the tea seller. Slowly but surely, he found himself becoming more patient, more empathetic, and more forgiving. He understood now that the quiet power of a smile could indeed do what 100 arguments could untear. The soft strength of forgiveness, understanding, and patience became his new armor, far more powerful than any shield of anger or resentment he could have mustered. And all because he had dared to sit down with a cup of tea in a quiet corner and listen to the tales of a man who found peace in the midst of a clamorous city. The city continued to roar outside the tea stall, but within its humble confines, a revolution was taking place. One cup of tea and one quiet smile at a time. Thank you for watching the video. If this story touched your heart and inspired you to seek inner peace in a chaotic world, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more uplifting tales. Until next time, may your journey towards inner strength and understanding be filled with warmth and wisdom.